Hello and welcome to the weekend review of week beginning 24th of May. For disclaimer, please refer to my website www.chartvideo.com/disclaimer. The last week when we discussed, we were somewhere here. Bank Nifty was way down at 32,169. What a week it had been. Bank Nifty right now is at 34,606, almost 2,500 odd points on the upside. So is the case with Nifty. Well, Nifty was at 14,677 last week, and this week it's closed at 15,175. We had discussed about the confluence of moving average taking place in Nifty as well as Bank Nifty, and I had expected a strong move in the coming week. Honestly, I was not clear on the direction, but the move did start from Monday onwards, and for Bank Nifty it was a huge move on the upside. So was for Nifty too. Unfortunately, there are many who complained and just said that, well, even their views were correct, but on these 2 or 3 trading sessions, they had lost out in a major way. Here too, in these 2 or 3 trading sessions, they had lost out in a major way. Why did it happen? On Thursday evening, I had posted this particular picture on Twitter. Well, here it is, a downward sloping trend line of Bank Nifty being crossed on the upside, and thereafter a pullback had taken place onto the trend line itself. The 50-day SMA also had been crossed by Bank Nifty on Monday itself rather, and then again a pullback had taken place. My tweet was, Bank Nifty with downward sloping trend line, immediate supports and resistances and all important 50-day SMA. Yesterday evening, I had asked, what do we understand by the term pullback in technical analysis? I'm happy to say many of you gave the correct answer. But for the newcomers, those who are new to technical analysis, we will be discussing this pullback in a little greater detail before proceeding to the regular blah 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 of weekend review. What is a pullback? After a breakout, a stock often retests the support it has just crossed. This usually takes place within 2 to 5 days of breakout. Mind it, I'm just saying it 2 to 5 days of breakout. It can happen on an intraday basis also. Well, nothing is certain for market, but I'm just giving you a generalized number of days. Well, I'm taking it as 2 to 5 days of breakout. The pullback level, well, this is the most important. The pullback level, if identified correctly, gives an excellent point for a trader to enter his trade because the risk to reward ratio turns in favor of a trader in a major way. The identification of pullback is of paramount importance in derivative trading as leverage is high and time-wise too, one gains a lot. Let's go to the example of Bank Nifty again and check it out. Here it is, a downward sloping trend line crossed on the upside with a gap. Well, whenever a breakout takes place with a gap, it's usually quite strong in nature. The breakout can be reliable also. Thereafter, it made a pullback and tested the trend line. This is the place where you can take a trade. Well, you can say everything looks good on hindsight, but at this point, I don't know whether the next day it will fall or not. So that's why I didn't keep any trade. Done. होता है, कोई बात नहीं. लेकिन इसके बाद अगर अगले दिन आप देख रहे हैं कि हाई को पार कर जा रही है मेरी बैंक निफ्टी, तो why can't I take a trade there? Yes, in that case, the upside move still would have benefited you. The same thing happened with the 50-day SMA. The 50-day SMA was broken on the upside on 17th of May and a gap occurred, fine. That also supports that the breakout might be genuine, and the pullback took place at the 50-day SMA. The support resistance lines, watch here. Well, it had gone up, came down, it went up. This particular level was retested on Thursday. So 3 points were here, which was suggesting that a support lies here. Still, if you don't believe it, fine. Let the market take its own turn on the upside for Friday and then enter. So a wise trader would have patience to wait for this level. Well, how many times does pullback really take place and how many times the pullback doesn't take place? बदकिस्मती से मार्केट में कोई पक्का बात नहीं होगा कि ये होगा ही और ये नहीं होगा. On an average, I have seen that occurrence of pullback is generally 6 to 8 times out of 10. In case, ये बहुत रेयर केस है, 6 to 8 हम लिखे हैं, आप अगर बिचौलिया पकड़िएगा तो 7 बार, पर वो 3 बार के लिए क्या होता है? In those cases where pullback doesn't take place, one can expect the market to be extremely strong or weak, as the case may be. It does occur once a year or so in a stock or index. If you recall, in the month of October 2020, the high reached in January 2020 was crossed by Nifty. Well, frankly, honestly speaking, I was expecting a pullback to come up to here where I could have taken a safe trade. It didn't take place. So in a way, somewhere I have to realize, well, this no pullback may take place at this juncture. Then I have to take a trade. But all the same, I don't mind missing 1 or 2 trades out of 10 for my own security, because as you can see here, well, whatever it shows on the hindsight, the risk to reward ratio in next 3 to 5 days were certainly not in favor. Those who believed the trend, those who jumped into it, well, was rewarded. The risk takers were rewarded. But those who were conservative, like myself, I do consider myself very conservative, I missed that particular trade. Coming to recent days, this is what happened in HDFC Bank. A breakout from this particular level of 430. The breakout took place on 17th May. The pullback took place within the next 3 or 4 days. And there it is. Boom. Ek taraf upar. ICICI Bank. Well, here it is. Breakout on the upside. Again testing the breakout level. And then again on the upside. तो ये पुल बैक के लिए वेट कीजिएगा, शायद आपको हमेशा अच्छा ट्रेड मिलेगा. Well, we have paucity of time. Now we are switching to the normal weekend review. For a change, here it is. We'll be covering Bank Nifty before we go into Nifty. If we see this downward sloping trend line, the projection of this particular trend line on the upside is quite at a lofty level. And this is coming to at around, well, from this level, which is almost the previous high. Well, it's slightly crossing it. But can we not say it safely? Test of the previous high in Bank Nifty. Well, 34,606 is the present level. By saying the previous high, it goes as high as 37,708. देखा जाए क्या होता है. But in between, you will be getting pullbacks, you will be getting upsides and downside moves like this. Well, we had gone up this way. We may get again a level up to, well, 34,213. That would be a good point of entering. Wait for such pullbacks, then enter. That will fetch you very good returns. Coming to RSI, well, it had been at around the equilibrium line for a considerable period of time. On Friday, it had broken out way above the 60 odd levels, way above the 50 odd levels, presently at 61. Well, by all means, as of now, till any other untoward incident takes place, we can say that the RSI is pointing northwards. ADX का signal अभी भी देर है. ADX has just turned flat, but the PDI MDI crossover is saying a lot. Just watch the MDI value. MDI value is presently at 32, and previous high of the PDI value presently is at 32, and the previous high of MDI was at 31. That means that the PDI has crossed the previous peak of MDI, which suggests, till it signals any other way, this suggests that an upside move is likely to take place. The opposite peak crossover, mind it, This is the almost the first signals which we do get after a trading type of a market. Well, let's see how it turns out in coming days. What is the Nifty saying? Well, it's in an uptrend. Higher low, higher high has been formed. As we were saying about the pullback, here a little more than the pullback had taken place. It has closed the gap here on Thursday and then moved upward. Well, you can say that sometimes it does happen this way. It's more of a ball hitting a volleyball net. You cannot expect that from exactly from level of 14,938 where the gap occurred, the market might reverse. It does happen that the gap is filled, the ball hits the volleyball net, the volleyball net also moves in the direction of the ball, but after some time the ball reverses along with the volleyball net. Here too the same thing happened. I would suggest it this way. Well, no need to buy the dips since you are not sure, but all the same, when the high of 15,069 is crossed, you could have gone long. As of now, it is in an intermediate term uptrend. What is the RSI suggesting as of now? It's above the equilibrium line, presently at 60, just the 60 level. Well, confirmation does come when it moves beyond the 60 level also. Fine, we may have to wait for a day or two, but all the same, the present trend of this RSI is suggesting upward movement. ADX trio, the ADX still faltering, presently at very low level of 12, but PDI, MDI certainly seems to be giving a buy signal or a signal that, well, it may move up. What is the PDI doing? PDI has crossed the opposite peak and PDI has also started to make higher swings. This also suggests, well, perhaps we are going upside. The ADX still flat. Will it support this upside move or not? This will be clear when we go to the derivatives segment. What happens? We will be seeing it right after this small break. In an effort to encourage traders from learning technical analysis from the comfort of your home at your pace and at an economic price, here's a website, chartvideo.com. Support resistance video contains discussion on necessary price action, trends, supports and resistances along with interpretation of open interest in futures. Moving average video covers all characteristics of moving average, slope, deviation, confluence and effects of major and minor moving averages on price. It has an exclusive trading strategy for intraday traders. Our ADX is a unique tutorial video where aspect of trading market and trending market has been discussed along with little known but all important ADX characteristics. It winds up with an intraday trading strategy which can be extended to short-term and positional trading. RSI Vantage, a new addition in the course, covers comprehensively all aspects of RSI to look at the market from Vantage point of view. 4 trading strategies have been discussed, out of which one is an intraday trading strategy. This tutorial video is a must across all time frames. Log in and enroll yourself to sharpen your skills with the most powerful trading rules. Welcome back. The put call ratio presently at 1.33. It is still to move above 1.4. Let's check the graph. Here it is. The lowest point on the lower side was a shade below 1 level, and on the higher side, as I told you, the 1.4 level is a place where the put call ratio is failing to move up. It had gone up once, which gave you an advance indication that the next fall might be crucial in nature. Well, next time, I believe the entire structure will be clear, so we can have a greater detailed analysis in the next weekend review on put call ratio. I'll be showing you some slides. Well, I do promise, I don't know क्या रख सकते हैं कि नहीं, whatever. Promise रखने की कोशिश करेंगे. But all the same, as of now, put call ratio is at 1.44, just below 1.33, just below the 1.44 mark. Once it moves up, well, again the structure of the market might change. Already we had an advanced indication that the structure will be changing shortly, and it has. Coming to the derivative segment, this is a place where somewhere down the line is not making me comfortable. Well, we are in an uptrend. Nifty is in an uptrend by any means from 14,715 odd. It has come up on the upside to 15,206. The open interest is not increasing. It is flat, or rather it is decreasing to some extent. Under such circumstances, well, the upside move may continue. It might be fast, but yes, the fuel is not being put into the system. This is what is worrying me. Let's see. If the up move continues without any further rise in open interest, well, I'm afraid in that case something drastically bad might happen. But as of now, yes, we are in an uptrend. Let's enjoy that. At the same time, one should be careful. Open interest is not increasing. Well, now from here on, if open interest starts increasing, well and good. लेकिन अगर ये चलते रहा, उस पर भी बाजार बढ़ते रहा, थोड़ा सा सावधानी तब बरतने की जरूरी है. Now, open interest in Bank Nifty. This is mind-baffling, 23.98%. If we go to the chart, we are witnessing a fresh breakout. Here, it is not quite an extended uptrend. It is just a fresh breakout. In this breakout, we had seen 23% rise in open interest. By any means, is quite significant in nature. This suggests that the upside move might be quite strong in nature. The last 3 days, when the pullback was going on in Bank Nifty, open interest had shed. Well, the weak players were shaken out of it. A strong build-up has taken place by any means. Now, this strong build-up will be said a weak build-up when we have any weak build-up, or rather, crowd has come into this, crowd has gone into the long trades. That will be clear after a day or two. But as of now, from the charts, it appears that the uptrend is on. And Bank Nifty, from here on, I believe if the market is to move on, Bank Nifty might outperform Nifty. Let's see. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Right. Do your due diligence. My idea is not to give you a pakka type je kahan se kya trade lenge, but to teach you, well, these are the ways I do analysis. I do my own analysis. It is up to you to do your own analysis. हर बार एक ही चीज सर पे बंदूक रखे बोलेंगे तो क्या करना भैया? Buy the dip. That's all.